Hey guys, it's Tom coming at you with another game of Celeste. We're here in the last room of 2C, and we're just gonna keep on trying it, right? That's not how to do it. It's not. So let's just take a look at the room to refresh my memory. Alright, so what you do is dash through the block, jump through the exit of it, go over to the side, dash through that block. You can sort of use momentum, jump up, drop. There, you dash through, you jump up. You can go through the first one through the second one and make like the long jump up there, but it's easier to go up, right, there. You jump through, you fall down, you dash through the coin, up, and then down there, you drop straight, and then you've got to do these diagonal jump throughs where you save your dash to go through the next block. There's 3 of those. And then we're going to assume that the moving block is going to like go up and we're going to have to get over there quickly without using the dash because we'll need the dash to be able to go to the left through there. So that's the plan. I know it totally sounds like I'm going to be able to do it, right? You know, falling off of the edge there was very cinematic, but it wasn't like, strictly speaking, planned. Let's get to it. Not like that. As I was saying, not like that either. You know, they don't play around with the timings, right? I mean, they do. I know Advanced Celeste is even more advanced than this. This is just like a little kid Celeste, right? This is like, you know, this isn't real serious business. It's just a seaside. I'm sure there are people out there that can very casually just pick up the game and do it. Furthest I've been is the the first of the 3 lower Dream Block coin repetitive ones. And there you gotta grab at the end, which I didn't do. Anyway, we only got that far a couple of times, but it's Celeste, so once you learn a thing, usually... No! I was like, usually you can do it again, right? But here, there's probably not a way to recover. But anyway, that's about as far as we've gotten. But there, it's just doing the right thing 3 times in a row, and then the final part, which we can sort of anticipate by looking through, but... You know, working on it. Working on it. I did this for probably like half an hour the other day. It was pretty fruitful. Not like that fruitful, as you see, we're still failing. But you know, we learned a lot. Ish. Fortunately, Madeline's an immortal. And a good thing, too. Whoops. One more time with feeling. Ah. Not like that. Obviously not like that. But as you see, you know, that's the concept. That's... That's how it goes, but not like that. Not exactly like that. Maybe the boost jump out of the second one is wrong. It seemed like there was too much heat. A little too low there. As you can tell by the way, my feet exploded into spikes. Whoops. Not like that. The song's so good. The background is nice and soothing on the eyes, which is good, because we might be here for the rest of time. Whoops. Alas. Too early. You can tell by the way it was. Whoops. Sort of thought we had already torqued it there, but... You know, there's a lot of ways to make that jump. A lot of ways to fail it, too. Probably slightly more ways to fail it than make it, if you were counting them all up. Alright. It's tricky. It sure is tricky. A little too much. Whoops. Well, you know, relatively solid regularity with getting down there. If we ever figure out how we're supposed to do that part right, well then we'll almost be done with it. I bet if I could learn to do this at all, I could totally do it deathless before too long. That was probably why Autumn recommended it to me. I bet I could do this deathless someday. I mean, I could. If I learned it. So if you learned it, it wouldn't take more than a couple of minutes for the full run, right? And sure, it's precise or whatever, but... Hey, that's the first time we ever rang the bell and moved the thing up. So, yeah. Proof of concept. Theoretically, we can get most of the way to the end. Just like I thought. Now, if I could prove it by going slightly further, that would be good. Hey, new. Yeah, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. This first part, like, Celeste is a weird game, right? I'm not, like, really good at it or anything. It might look like I am to a person who doesn't know what the game looks like in the hands of, like, a masterful player, but I'm not, like, really good at it or anything. But this part here, like, it's not like it's easy, right? But Celeste is a beautiful game. No! And it sort of teaches you how to play it as you go. And once you get it, once you really understand a room, you sort of have it. And it's just a great game. But, you know, we've been doing this room for probably 30 minutes of total time. So this part at the beginning, that took quite a bit of doing, most of the time was spent on that. And that stuff at the end, like, we probably only done that end section 10 or maybe 12 times in total. And now just there in almost back-to-back runs, we got to the end of it. So very promising indeed. I've got a good feeling. But yeah, I'm probably like a low intermediate player at Celeste now. I don't know. I'm not like a long time member of the community, so I don't know like how things are rated exactly, but I know what people are capable of. I'm not like like a wizard or anything. I've done a handful of 80% runs, and I ended up at like an hour and 5 minutes and 25 seconds for my best time, which is like way faster than I ever thought I would do, but it's not like good. I didn't submit the time or anything. I think it actually wouldn't count because my face covers up part of the screen, but that would be like, for perspective, like 5,300, something like that. For my 80% run, but that's like, again, that's just of the people that have submitted it, so it's in reality much lower than that, but certainly any person that's like, I like Celeste a lot, they're better than me. I've only played for like maybe 90 hours total, which is a lot for a game, but this is like a really beautiful game. Hey, Quinny. Oh, yeah, well, we started the video here. We were here the other day. We spent about a half an hour or so on it. But we've rang the little doorbell 3 times now. So we got decent regularity getting through here. Not that I'm proving it. Not that I'm proving it right now, but we do. Also, good afternoon, good evening. Buongiorno. As we don't say here, but we do say if we are quoting a movie. Says this is my must-have game right now. I would say for most for most people, Celeste will be the best platformer they play. It's a really great game. The music's wonderful. The story's great. It's got a marvelous. This is like a post-game challenge sort of thing, right? It's not like the hardest thing in the game, but each level has, you know, the mainline level, the A side, and then you can unlock these harder challenges. I played Celeste for the first time last year. Celeste is one of the best games I've ever played. Celeste has just like a real big place in my heart, and I think like in the hearts of millions. Celeste was a big indie darling. The only reason I would hesitate to say it is because in the last year I've also played a couple other games that really sort of changed. Like, you know, and they weren't new either. Celeste isn't like new, but because I played Hades for the first time last year, and Hades is one of my favorite games ever. Hades 2 is out, it's in early access, but I haven't picked it up yet. But just like truly wonderful. So like if you're into like Greek mythology and like roguelikes and stuff, or roguelites rather, for that as the genre, I would say that like it's difficult for me to imagine a game meaning more to me like personally and artistically than Hades did. But Celeste would certainly be in the competition for that. But I played several of just the best games ever in the last year. I also played Stardew Valley for the first time this last year, and like Red Dead 2, so it's been a bunch of absolute heat in my gaming portfolio in the last while. Of course, not new games, but awesome ones. And then, oh yeah, Hollow Knight, which I first played just a couple of months ago. And I'm also like playing Silksong right now, and Silksong is just a marvelous work. Yeah, but the game itself, you know, it's you don't spend this long on a room in the early game. And if I was better, I would have already cinched it up. But The sound, it's done by a small team, right? I don't know how many people, I think like 4. The music is done by Lena Raine of like some of the later Minecraft music fame. And it's a little too low. The way that the music ties in with the levels and like the storytelling with the orchestration, it's nothing short of a triumph. Due to like personal nostalgia and whatever, like it may not be like my absolute favorite video game soundtrack, but in terms of, like, when you think of orchestration as like how music is supposed to set a mood in the scene and almost be its own character and that kind of thing in a classical sort of sense, like I think Celeste probably has the best soundtrack of any game that I've played. But when I started there's an NPC that like tells you, you know, hey, you're not good enough to do this, you should just turn around. And it's a brilliantly crafted game. It teaches you how to do everything as you see the new rooms. You get to do the room over and over, right? So it's not like you have to start over at the beginning of a level ever. Or anything like that, unless you're trying to do a deathless run like me sometimes. But just a masterclass of mechanics, storytelling, and composition, just as good as it gets. Certainly the standard by which all indie platformers will be compared, probably for a very long time. And to the degree that anybody ever makes a massive company platformer, it will certainly be compared to this too. Am I gonna try another seaside if we get this? We might try 1C again, because I did a little bit of 1C. But if not, then we'll just do like an individual of like maybe Summit, maybe 6, or just like a couple of the, maybe just like do a Hey segment and the boss fight in 3. Because I don't want to do an 80% today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but 3C sucks, yeah, I bet. But I need to practice individual levels. If I want to beat my 80% time, I've got to get better, right? Because that was just a monster of a run for me, and you know, the point of speedrunning is to improve. So I don't know. I'm not really a Celeste speedrunner. After I break an hour, if I ever do, then maybe I'll call myself one. An hour is a crazy good 80% time in my opinion. It's not like, you know, you wouldn't be able to get a statue for it, but I think that would just be nuts. And it would be far beyond what I would have ever thought possible. 2C and 3C, yeah, it's sort of like expansion content. Oh, whoops. Oh, man, I was like, here, we'll show you. Well, we're gonna have to do the whole thing again. Oh, well, that's fine. So anyway, when you start the game, you know, you start with, like, at the prologue or whatever, and then you move through and you can go back to the other things. You can also look at your stats for, you know, how long you've spent, how many times you died, anything like that. Anyway, I'm sure it won't take very long to get back to where we were. Why do I never know which one? No, it's not your fault. I do this all the time. It even says on the thing, hey, is this what you want to do? And I just ignore it, because I've trained myself in video games to never ever listen whenever a game tries to tell you to like, stop doing something before you save. Anyway, it probably won't take me too long. I totally don't remember what goes on here anymore. Alright, well, that's a way through that. Oh, is that it? Oh. Never mind. I didn't realize. That's funny. Okay, so that's why you can do this one deathless before 3A. Okay, we're already back to the room. Yeah, Quitty, I accidentally quit to the... I was gonna be like, you know, save and quit and then go and show them just like sort of how like you could select whatever. But yeah, so anyway, they're like expansion content, yeah. The C sides are. A is the normal line with the story mode and stuff where you meet the characters and figure out what's going on, and then... Alright, I don't know. Oh. How many times have I been in this room and not noticed it? It's like the higher gravity thing until you get rolling. I totally crushed that battling room, huh? Ah, that's not how to grab on. Ah. But while the real game is a good challenge, you know, it's nothing like this. And also, there's like, it's called assist mode, which I didn't use, but no shame to anyone if they do. That'll let you like slow down a room if you're like, man, I could just make that if I had a little more time. Like if you were having trouble climbing it, you can do that. I think at any point in the game, you can just turn that on and push through with a controller. But yeah, so I do play with the joystick. The D-pad just, you know, I don't know. I'm not very good. I do worse with the D-pad than I do with the joystick. Ah, man. Well, you know, hey, we rang the bell again. That's good. Too high. Nope. Didn't get any action out of there. There we go. One more time with feeling. Nope. Alas. Ha! Well. No point in going on. You can't miss one. That is not how it works. Nope. Much too high when we dashed there. It's tricky. The timings are... I mean, there's some give in it. It's nowhere near like a frame perfect thing. There's a lot of give, but it's still a pretty tight tolerance. Nothing like these earlier ones where, like, even if it looks like there's something going on, like there's a bunch of one, but there's only a little bit to do it. Grabbed it in the wrong order. Probably could have corrected if I had noticed. We were probably up high enough, but I just didn't notice in enough time. Sometimes that is how it goes. Yeah, I guess if you... Yeah, once I figure out how to do this right, I would totally try a Deathless. You could probably do a Deathless run in less than a minute. Be shorter than my chapter 1 time. Yes, 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 yes! First seaside, baby! Put it in the bank. Henry, you ask how many seasides have I done? I have done this one. Yeah! Drink it in. It goes down smooth. A golden heart. My very first one. 178 strawberries. 1 golden heart. Wonderful. We died only slightly more than we did on the B-side. Alright, well. Nice. Whoops. Ha. I'm like, is there a point in trying this? There is a point, because if I get it very quickly, it would be very funny. Oh. We already dashed. We're not gonna get it. Alright. We'll try it a different day. It would be very funny, though. I guess we can try 1C. We'll have to change that question mark in the title to an exclamation mark. You say, am I live somewhere else? No, I just stream on YouTube. So this is 1C. This is not what the game's like either. You know. Why don't I show you what? Let's do 1A real quick, since you're not really familiar, Celeste. Before we do that, I'll do it like quick. It won't be like blindingly fast. I'll do it as fast as I can do it. But this is what Celeste looks like when you're playing the real thing, right? You like. All right, I'm slightly faster than this normally. We're not gonna worry about it. We're not like resetting. But when you're doing chapter 1, spoilers. But you know, you're just you know, it's not like. And some of these aren't the way that you would probably go, but, you know, you, But you know, you just sort of run through, right? And each room, if we stopped to be thoughtful about it, I could show you, you know, how you could look at it and think about it. But you know, that's basically what happens. Yeah, you come in here and you're like, okay, what do I do? Well, I know I can dash and I know I can grab walls. And that room taught you that blocks fall whenever you grab them sometimes, right? And that little thing teaches you that the blocks disappear. And we know those move so we don't get crushed, and we know you can get a little bit of velocity here, and we know you can catch on to them, and then, you know, you just keep on going. And because we know the path, we're not going any of the wrong ways. And then as it progresses, you know, you get slightly more precision, like, okay, you gotta worry more about that. But each time you die, you know, it's just the beginning of that one room. No matter what, through the whole game, basically, there are very regular checkpoints like that. And again, I normally don't die this much. Like, no one's gonna beat Chapter 1 without dying the first time they play this game, but it can very easily be done by even, like, an experienced novice, which, if I'm not a light intermediate, then I'm an experienced novice. I don't know how the player scale goes in Celeste, but yeah, you know, and then you just, and then this room, you know, you thread together all that you know. You know, you can dash the different directions, you have the moving blocks, you use the velocity, and then you get to the top of the mountain. You know, and bam, there's Chapter 1. And each chapter has a characteristic. Like in Chapter 2C, where you saw those blocks that we were dashing through and you saw the person chasing us, those are two of the things you expect there. Here in 1, so we saw spikes in these moving platforms. So now the B side would have been even more of that, and the C side is compressed challenge, all thrown together about those basic things. So here we just have to figure out what to do. I don't know how to do this one, by the way. And then the music, of course, happens the whole time, and I think we just dash up to this one, and then drift to catch it, and then dash up through the next one, too. Alright, you have to go up before that. Yeah. So there you can catch on the wall there and here to sort of pace yourself, which makes it a lot easier. A lot easier. It's not... It's harder than it looks if you don't know what you're doing. It's so easy if you do. Like, I can imagine what it would look like to do this right. Just because I'm not doing it right repeatedly doesn't mean I don't know how to imagine doing it. And that's the most important thing, and that's what Celeste... You say it looks very grindy? It sort of seems... It's not, though. It's like, if a person was better at the game than me, they would just have already gotten through here, because as you play the game, you develop a very good sense of where Madeline can go, what she can grab a hold of, how fast you can move, what your timings are. And the game doesn't give you challenges that you can't overcome. This is a very late challenge. This is a challenge that you would only be able to even access after playing the game for probably 20 or 30 or 40 hours. So don't even, you know, this is not intro Celeste. Boom. All right. So, for example, I don't think we've ever been in this room, but we'll take a look at it now. Maybe I've been here. So we see these blocks are gonna fall. Yeah, this is like post-game expansion content. You don't pay for it. It's all part of the base game. But, so we're gonna get on that block. We're gonna have to get over there. It's gonna fall. We're gonna have to get on that one. We're gonna have to somehow get over to this block in the center that moves up and down. We're gonna have to grab it. Use the momentum without dashing, probably, to get over to the top. Jump over, slide down the side. Jump over to get to that one. Now we have to be really careful because we're going to be like grip limited maybe, and then we're going to have to use that momentum to get over here and get up there, and it's not even the final room. let's see how it goes. That might be doable. Yeah, if we climb to the top a little faster, it's probably not the way they want us to do it. Yeah. Ah. Yeah! Yes. Alright. Now this room. What are we looking at here? We gotta jump over the top of it initially, probably. And then into this one, where we have to get up there, through it, over the top, catch the other side. Use that momentum from that jump to go. Probably use a dash. Yeah, we'll probably need to use a dash there. Those are going to go down very quickly, so we're going to need to jump to one, dash to the other, get it back. Coin there, so we go here, go up, grab that. Momentum over. Use that, jump up, dash to get the coin, hold the wall. It comes back. We get on it to get the dash again. When we get the coin, that'll move probably down. So we'll be able to grip the side of it, kick up there, and then try to get to the other side there, and then we've got to ride that up and dash sideways. Gross. Alright, well, let's get to it. Anyway, I think that's kind of how it'll look. Let's see. We can just always kick here. Do we kick off of that one as it goes down? No, we won't. Maybe we do. Maybe we kick off of it for the dash, and that's the timing. So I don't think we would need the momentum if we kick early enough, right? Ha, not like that. Well, alright, let's think though. Let's think. If going over has to happen, why? Is it just to save the grip? Because we could just hold on, right, and then jump over to the other side. Unless we need to... Going over the top is clearly intended, so we'll try to see it that way before... You know, if they wanted me to just go around it, it would be one amazing fake out to give me that whole top area designed by Spikes when the real route was to not go around it. But I think we want to fall down to kick off of it to get the distance, but if that's the case, why couldn't we just? Heh, not like that. Maybe the timing just doesn't work. Say great. Oh, thank you, thank you. Blah. Alright, so there's the concept. And we need to go over the top because where we jump off to do the dash needs to be higher than we'd be able to do it there. Also, it's not that tricky, right? Right. Alright, and there we need to use the dash to go up because jumping will kill us with the velocity, I think. As I said, we need to dash there. Not where I did, but, you know, slightly before. Not that soon, though. That's a little bit too soon. And then they give you, like, a big platform to think about the final attempt and whether or not you're gonna choke. Whether or not you're gonna have to do it all over again. So getting more consistent. Yes, yes. A little bit more, anyway, as I fall onto the spikes. But, you know, that's Celeste, right? You figure out what'll definitely work, and then all you've got to do is do it. Not like that. We've got to fall onto it. But now I should have taken that time to look closer. All right, what can we remember from it? It shifts left. We ride over to it, maybe use some momentum, maybe a little bit to get over to it, jump to the other side. And then we'll need to jump dash right there. It would bash us in. It'll be tricky. We'll probably die a couple times there. We'll see. Yeah, I need the dash card block. Yeah, because you could get it. Man, just really, just a tiny bit off, right? Why didn't I grab the wall? Ha. Alright, I should have adapted slightly more. Like, I'll slide all the way down right where I need to go, right? Like, you know, being closer would have been good there. Alright, yeah, you've got to use some of the momentum to get on the block there, and I just waited too late. Waited too late? I took too long. I was too late. I waited an above average amount of time. I bunked my head on there. Feels bad. Poor Madeline. Unprotected by her full head of hair. Alas. And, you know, also unprotected both by her hair and by me playing the game, where she has suffered some 14,000 times, but who's counting? What? Really? Really? That's what I did? That's what I chose to do? Me with my ridiculous human body? That's what I was gonna do? Oh, me, oh my. Poor girl, she is never gonna get another golden heart at this rate. Alas. Ha ha ha. Alright, and they give you this whole room to think about what it's gonna feel like if you miss this. This whole room to think about what it's gonna feel like, because you don't even have to let go of the block, right? You can hold on to the block. You can hold on. Alright. Alright, alright. That's enough vamping. Ah! Get wrecked. Terrible. Terrible. Alright, let's get back to it. We should have got enough practice in this room where we won't die over and over here, but who knows, not me. It's not so bad. I mean, the room telegraphs it for you. You can look and see that it's gonna happen to you. And it was the first time I got there anyway, you know. No rougher than finally getting to the end of that room in 2C and, like, realizing, oh, I mistimed it. Because obviously we're just gonna do it, like, again, like, aha, well, not quite. Hey, KP. Exactly, like, all we gotta do is string it together. We very clearly, I mean, that's better than a proof of concept. That's like a 95% of it. Because really, that last part, that's not the tough part of the level. The tough part is getting to get there repeatedly enough to be able to make it work. And figuring out exactly how you need to do it. That's a tough part too, right? Because while all experienced Celeste players can figure it out visually, because they give you the option to do it, you know, there's still a matter of figuring out how to make your ridiculous human body see the vision through, right? Oh, I ran my little head right into the little spikes. Why didn't I grab the wall? Why? Why didn't I grab the wall? I could just grab the wall. I would have been fine. Nobody would stop me from grabbing the wall. Alright. Alright. Again. Right into the outrageous spikes of fortune. That was a little bit of an overreaction. We'll do it better next time. I mean, not that next time. The other next time. You know what I mean. The abstract next time. The sometime. We'll do better some. We'll do better sometime. That I should do like anti cards for Hallmark or whatever. Get well someday. Feel better or not. Like a very Seinfeld sort of greeting card. That's not how to achieve that. Oh, well. Aw, come on, why? It's because I was holding up, wasn't it? Oh, what a bad place to grab. Are the key blocks even necessary? Yeah, because, you don't get enough momentum off of this, because it's going fast the other direction, right? It's going slow back this way, so you can barely get enough momentum to get there. And I don't think you could get around to get up to this moving block without, because you get on the left side of the key block, move to the right, jump over, use the dash to get on this side of the wall so you can get there, right? I don't think you can get the momentum to skip it. It maybe like a real gamer could, you know, because they have those people that do the little swirly dashes. I can do the search key skip, but that's all I can do. I don't even know what that move's called. Yeah, it's like there's like some real champs around here from every now and then, so it's like maybe one of them will know. They just back of the envelope feeling is that there's not enough velocity out of that block for a normal player to be able to do it. The things speedrunners do in this game are either very normal or totally shocking, depending on the room. Sometimes I'm sure we do the room almost the same, just they do it a little quicker. And sometimes, oh boy, sometimes. No, the only room they and I do the same is like the very first one, and after there, it's totally different. They just zip around everywhere. It's like they're playing with a whole different deck of cards. Like, they're the Flash, and I'm not a superhero, I'm just like a guy. I'm like a dude with a shirt that says I'm fast. Man, it's so funny when you play a level like this and you continually run your face into spikes like that, because it's like they put them there for you. You know, they put them there so that when you did that specific thing that you did, you would hit your head. And it's like, maybe you're why the world was made, right? You're why these 4 spikes are on this wall in Celeste. that was your arc in the universe. You found your purpose to fail here over and over. Nah, we'll get it eventually. We barely started being here, right? We just got here. Like, not beating the level for 30 minutes is hardly failing at it. You gotta give it more than an hour. And at any moment we could do it. Not right now. I mean, right now we're failing. Right now we're not beating it. Come on. All right. More focus. I keep on doing... It's like I desperately need to keep going in that direction so bad, and then I dash wrong, which is still going in that direction, but not the same way, not at all in the same way. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Ah, alas. It is possible? Nice. Is it tricky? I bet it's tricky. You're supposed to dash there. Takes tech, I don't know if I know that. If it's any tech at all, I probably don't know it. I mean, like, I learned that thing in Farewell. I didn't beat Farewell, I only did, like, the first couple of segments. I learned that thing in Farewell and then proceeded to never do it again. Or no, that was in Summit B-side, where you do the kicky thing, right? The wall bounce or whatnot. But if you asked me how to do it right now, I wouldn't, like, properly remember. What an overcorrection, huh? What an overcorrection. Why do they call it an overcorrection when it involves being wrong? To remind you that you were doing it right before you did anything. Oh, me. Okay. I should have climbed higher. I shouldn't have done that. If I was a superhero, I would be Captain Obvious. The thing I didn't work. You could tell by the way it is. Alright. 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 That's all I needed to know, was that it was totally safe to go up to the top. I was like, I'll either die or we'll be fine. There we go. Look at that. Bask. 2 gold hearts. Marvelous. Alright, good deal. Look at me go, huh? Alright, yeah, there, look. Now we've got 2 gold hearts to go in the row to remind us that we've got so far to go. And of course, there's still farewell to address. Maybe we'll take another crack at that. Not right now. The first room of 3C? Yeah, for sure, we'll do that. Yeah, I think we're about done with this session, but we'll take a look at that. But I think tomorrow we'll we'll pencil in some time for farewell and try to do another segment there, but I want to maintain this little happiness by going to 3C. He said it's good. Oh yeah, dude, it's the best. And these are the special like remixes done for these shorter levels. So each level has its own song for the A side, and then it's remixed for B and C, and they're all amazing. Every song in this game is so good. Lena Raine really killed it. Okay, so that's you get through, and then you drift over on the middle beats, right? Yeah. Yeah, oh that's right, yeah, the B and C sides are not made by Lena Raine, but they're remixes of the tracks. My fault. I shouldn't be misrepresenting it, but the mainline soundtrack I think is all by her, and it's really wonderful. I'm not sure what my absolute favorite is. There's a lot of really good songs. I really like 4A. 4A is like my favorite, even though it has my least favorite mechanic. I hate Backwards Wind even more than I hate three balls. But yeah, this, I assume as soon as you get through this room, it just says you know, you win, you're welcome. Maybe that's the key. Yeah, you go in lower. Yeah. So trying to go in above it is tricky, but when you go in lower, you have the whole time where they're lagging at the bottom to go over it. So it's just like there, and you just gotta hang in the air, yeah. I'm like, that's the key. Proceeds to die immediately over and over again. I figured it out, guys. I totally figured it out. So as you see from this, so chapter 3 has these little moving things and this stuff, and those tendrils over on the wall. I'll point helpfully with my human hand at the wrong side of the screen. The tendrils over there, where that crystal is on the far side. Basically, after you walk over them, they turn into that black substance on the wall. So you can't, like, retrace your steps over it. And that's another one of the mechanics of the chapter. People hate Chapter 3. It's tough. They don't hate Chapter 3, it's just not... Because the things are on cycles, you don't get to choose when you interact, right? There's like a right time and a wrong time to go, and that can be a little annoying given that the rest of the game isn't much like that, although I guess some stuff is. But I'm like, does this always get us across? Does it always? No. Alright, anyway, we're never gonna do this. It doesn't matter. When the ball is up, well, they're always up. They're always moving up and down. There's one of them moving up and down constantly. You got to move in between them. There are 10 blobs, and they intersect in the middle each time. It sort of seems like maybe there's just 5, but there are 10. Yeah, so you can sort of like swirl around in midair. Yeah, you can totally twirligig. It seems bad, but it works. You know, not much. This song's too good, you know? And that's the thing about Celeste, is while you're suffering, you're like, man, The pixel art of this game is great, and this music's wonderful. And that is why I'm putting up with 14,000 deaths. What do you think the most is somebody has died on this room before quitting the game forever? No, I wouldn't quit the game forever, I just wouldn't come back here. Anyway. Fun. I'm not gonna sour my triumph by playing that anymore. 105 failures is good enough for a first try. Anyway. Forget all of that. 2 golden hearts. But anyway. That. Good deal. That's all I've got for you right now. I'm just going to take a little break and then be back with some other game to round out the day. I'm not sure what I'll play. Henry, sorry, you asked if I had any thoughts on playing Strawberry Jam. I mean, maybe someday. I don't know too much about it. I've just seen, like, a subscriber to the channel, like, did, like, a Deathless run of a thing, and I watched that, and I've seen, like, clips or whatever, maybe, but, like, I haven't watched, like, a full run-through or whatever. I mean, maybe. Life is very long. I totally, like, I mean, Celeste is just such a wonderful game that, I can see myself wanting to, you know, play new people's versions of levels and such, but there's beginner-friendly stuff? Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, really hope you've enjoyed. Later, guys. Bye, Quinny. Bye, Attenuum. Bye, Henry. KP. Always a pleasure. Appreciate y'all hanging out and being here for my triumph. I'm not sure what I'm going to play later on today, but I'll be back here in probably 30 minutes or something, and playing something. I'll figure it out, and perhaps I'll see you there. If not, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and maybe I'll see y'all in a later stream or video. See ya.